This is my recently picked up 62 Imperial Lebaron. And there's my 82 right there that's actually up for sale. But this 62 LeBaron, they only made about 1,200 of them. And this one, this is 1962. I picked up a few weeks ago. And we're here at my friend's shop. And he's working on getting it back up and running again. It's actually already running. There's just not a lot of gas in it, so next video hopefully I'll show it running, but the engine runs perfect and idles well. The LeBaron was the top of the line for the era, and there is, like I said, not many of them around, and it's a really awesome car. There's some rust on it that'll be fixed, a rust hole here, and there's a pretty good one up at the roof here. However, given the rarity of the LeBarons, it's worth fixing. And my apologies, there's the freeway actually right there. But this car is an awesome car. There's a lot of stuff, it's very rare. And 62 is the year that they had the floating tail lights. So I'm sure there's going to be people out there correcting me on some of this information, because I'm just getting into these Forward Look era Imperials. I've been mostly into the 81 to 83 Imperials, which I absolutely love. But we have these really awesome headlights. And the car has been repainted at least once. I actually have the hubcaps for it, so once we get some new tires on it, I'm going to get put the hubcaps on. The passenger door is a little funky, so I won't touch that. We're figuring out what's going on with the latches on all four doors. So, but this is actually the back seat. And as you can see here, they were doing some work to it and cleaning out the tank. The upholstery is actually in very good shape. It's just dirty right now. When I get it home, it's going to get a good scrubbing for a whole day or two. But all the door panels are still intact. The material's still soft. It's just really dirty and really dusty. It's been sitting for a long time. For several years. Here's the LeBaron coachwork right here, which is pretty cool. But I'm really excited that the interior is actually in very good shape. The headliner's good. This tint from the 1990s probably saved it. So I'll be scrubbing it and cleaning all the chrome pieces and so on. But there's some cool stuff here. I haven't actually looked through the whole car yet, because I had it towed directly over here. Nice squeaky door, but a lot of the power stuff is off right now because of the fuses. So someone removed a lot of the fuses, so they're going to be checking through all that. But the windshield's in good shape, a couple little scratches, but for being from 1962, it's not bad. A really cool curved windshield, which I think is just a really awesome feature. We have the mirrors, which are huge, and on the fender, which is pretty cool. Someone replaced the radiator at some point, so we'll be flushing all that out. Nice engine. Like I said, it fired right up in 2 seconds. They put some gas in, and they've actually been driving in and out of their shop. We're actually doing a dual conversion with the master cylinder. We're actually going to swap that one out. Hopefully that one with the outlets on the other side. This has the cruise control feature. So long story short is with the cruise control feature, that doesn't fit. So we're going to be hopefully getting one with the outlets on the other side. Otherwise, you're stuck with either moving the cruise control up or a single master cylinder, which I don't like those. especially in a car this heavy, and especially when there's other options. So we're going to swap that out, hopefully, and put a nice new battery in here. And some of the lights work, some of the stuff works, the trunk light works. But yeah, it's a really cool car. We'll take a look in the trunk in just a second. But let's go ahead and look inside. Power windows, power wind wings, all standard on Imperial Lebaron. And as we get inside here, lots of dust and dirt. But what's really cool is everything's basically here. The dash is actually in pretty good condition. There's some spots up here. This is cool. This dims your headlights for oncoming traffic. Radios here. The LeBaron logos are here. I actually have the logo for this door. Like I said, this has been reupholstered at some point, but they did a pretty good job. And the upholstery is still in good shape. I cannot wait till I can vacuum it and use a extractor on it, carpet extractor, and really clean up the interior really nice, because it's going to look really nice. The visors are all here, all need to be cleaned, but I believe this is the original headliner, which is pretty cool. The gentleman I got it from bought it in 1990 from the original owner, and used it as a daily driver. Push button transmission, which actually works. They're able to drive it in and out of the shop, which is pretty cool. So you just shift it from here. Remote for the mirror, and push button for the air conditioning. So some cool stuff there. It's going to need to be worked on. This is pretty stuck in there pretty good, but you know, everything else turns, which is good. I need a hood release. That's actually a priority right now. Once again, door panel's in good shape. This back door is kind of funky, so we haven't been able to open it. Back upholstery is in good shape. Just really needs a scrubbing. And all this old tinting needs to come off. I'll probably have that window taken out and the weather stripping replaced at the same time. And these 1990s era speakers removed. I'll take those out when I get it home. But really, the headliner's in nice shape. There's a courtesy light. It needs a new glass piece. But the headliner, I mean, look at that. It's pretty cool. Thankfully, water really hasn't leaked through over here from the rust on the roof. But yeah, all this tinting will be removed. So, sorry for the shakiness in my video and the sound with the traffic. But yeah, we're trying to figure out these doors. This one's locked and not opening. This one, we're figuring out. The other three, we're trying to figure out the latches and what's going on. But yeah, I'm gonna get the rust fixed on it. This rust hole here, the one on the roof, the bubbled rust here. It shouldn't be too bad. The underside is in great shape. It's been a California car its whole life. So it looks worse than it really is. It can be fixed pretty easily. LeBarons were cool because they had the smaller window that was more luxurious. And so this is the smaller window here. And then, of course, we have our AC vents there. 2 AC vents. And then the center vent. Huge car. It's about 20 feet long. And air conditioning front and rear, which I'll show you the unit in a minute. But nice big car. And for, like I said, the tinting, this cheap old tinting probably saved it, the interior. Most the cars from this era usually didn't have tinting. Now, on the back, and yes, that's the original license plate. So it is registered to my car, which is pretty cool. And actually the paint, I may try to rescue it temporarily and just get the rust fixed. See if they can match it. There's actually a gloss under here. So I don't know, it may be savable, but we'll see. these are really cool because these actually, there's a plastic red piece that comes all the way out to at the back here, which we'll see. I have extras in the trunk. The gentleman who had this before me was doing trying to do work to it, I guess. But we have Imperial right there. There's a little dent on the bumper. But that's pretty much it as far as the body damage goes, any sort of body damage. So it has a little Imperial emblem there, which is pretty cool. So here's the inside of the trunk. This is massive. I'm 6'3". I could fit in this trunk laying down here. Yeah, it's and the trunk light even works, which is pretty cool. So the wiring's actually in good shape. Someone was messing around with it. Don't know why. They took out a lot of the fuses. This is actually the Chrysler air temp system, car cooling system for the rear air AC. And under here we have the spare. Bear in mind, I haven't cleaned any of this yet. That spare looks utterly ancient. The hubcaps were in the trunk, all four, which is nice. Here's a set of headlights. The gentleman actually bought these many years ago. We're gonna slap them on for now. There's actually eBay sellers that actually sell these. But we're gonna go ahead and slap these on because they actually still look pretty decent. There's a set of two. There's a third one that unfortunately was really badly colored, but we'll go ahead and put these on. The rubber seals actually are pretty good between them. So, and then there's the original jack instructions right there. Pretty cool stuff. These are very rare these days, rare and far between. True, they're not worth as much as a 57 Chevy or something like that. However, I think in future years they will be. This era especially, considering their rarity. I mean, how often do you see taillights like this? It's pretty cool stuff. Once I have these put back together, we'll have to do another video on them. But a very solid car through and through. You know, we have those couple rust spots. There's a rust spot there. But honestly, I've seen cars of a lot less years than this with rust. And so pretty cool for 62. The underside's in good shape. There's the muffler needs to be replaced, but right now it has a pretty mean sound, which is really fun. Sounds like a race car right now. So that is a 1962 Imperial Lebaron. When was the last time you saw one of these? Never. A lot of people would say, well, why are you putting all that work in that car? That thing should go off to the junkyard or something. I don't think it should. I think cars like this, I think this car has a lot of good years left in it. I think it's a lot of fun. I think these cars from this era are a lot of fun in general. And I really enjoy them. And I hope you guys do too. I'm going to be getting a new hood ornament as well, but just another on my list of issues. But that's okay. Part of this is fun. And the part is that you get a car that you don't see every day. I guarantee you when I start taking this to car shows, there are none. I will be the only one there. Unless, of course, I go to the Imperial car show, Imperial Club car show, which we have those every once in a while. I haven't gone lately, but I hope so. I hope to soon. Unfortunately, my schedule hasn't allowed. But how many of these do you see? I don't see any. They're rare, rare, rare. And just as a size comparison, we'll zoom out a little bit to my 82. They're roughly parked even with each other. And I actually have my 82 here up for sale. For the sake of space, it runs beautifully and drives great. But let's take a look. I had to go pick up a end table. But look at how long that is. There's a couple feet still out there, which is pretty cool. So that is a 62 Imperial Lebaron. Not Chrysler, Imperial. Oh, and I have that trim piece too. So in the trunk. But that's a 1962 Imperial Lebaron, and I appreciate you watching my videos. Please subscribe. Please watch my other videos. I hope to upload more of this car as we go along, and certainly plan to. Have a wonderful day.